If we choose to give God something, we open the door wide for Him to do amazing things through us. Not so long ago, I was adventuring with someone I love very much, and what she shared with me changed my life, and I hope it'll change yours too. There was a time in her life when her family was so devastated that she was taken out of her home and driven many miles away and dropped into another family. Everything she loved, everything she hoped for, everything she dreamed of as a girl were all destroyed in a single moment. As she ended up going to a brand new high school, she was 15 at the time, she said, what I realized at the end of the first day is that not only did not one person speak to me, not one person even looked at me. I was dying inside and nobody saw me, not one. And then one day became two, and then a week, and then a month went by. No one spoke to her. No one even looked at her. And she said that after 2 months of feeling such sorrow and such pain, she realized that no human heart should suffer like this. And she said, there in the back of my 4th period math class, I made the decision that the only way to make the hurt in my heart stop was just to make my heart stop. And I made the decision to go home and end my life. And the bell rang, she picked up her books, walked out into a hallway full of 1,000 other kids coming and going. And as she was walking to her next class, some boys were pushing and shoving, and one boy hit her so hard that he knocked her down to her knees on the floor and just splattered her stuff everywhere. And as she was crawling around on the floor trying to gather up her things, she thought, Jesus, this is just like my life. No one stopped to help. No one even noticed. Nobody cared. She said, I realized that no one will ever know that I died because nobody ever knew that I lived. And she gathered her things and she had tears up to here, and all she wanted to do was get away so she could cry in private. And as she stood up straight, she realized that in the commotion of all these kids coming and going, that there was a blonde girl on the other side of the hall who saw the whole thing, and she was looking at this devastated young woman, and blue eyes locked onto brown eyes. And as this young woman who was so broken was waiting for her to jeer or call her names or laugh or be in keeping with everyone else and just ignore her altogether, she did none of those things. Instead, they just held each other's gaze. And then she did something very unexpected. This blonde-haired girl looked at this devastated young woman and she smiled. Did one person actually see me? And as she went home, she gathered all the things that she needed to carry out her plan. She went to the place that she had chosen and she got down on her knees, locked in a position of self-destruction. And she told me, Kim, all I could see was this girl's face in my mind smiling at me. And maybe there was one person in this world who cared for me. And in that instant, she just collapsed in a rush of tears, knowing that I will wait one more day to see if there is one who cares for me. And sure enough, after that space between 4th and 5th period, the bell rang, went out into the hall with 1,000 other kids. And you can just imagine her carrying her books all the way under her chin, just looking. Where are you? Are you there? Is there one who cares for me? Before she took a step into the classroom, she looked down the hallway and saw this blonde girl coming around the corner. She was looking around too. And again, as for a second day, blue eyes met brown eyes. She said, Kim, my life was saved with one smile a day. These two young women smiled at each other every day until school ended. This devastated young woman realized that if I could just hold on to that space between 4th and 5th period, I would be okay, because one smile a day was enough for me to choose to keep fighting for my life until she came to know the saving grace and the hope of Jesus Christ. One smile a day. What seems insignificant to you and I when placed in the Master's hands, He can make something as simple as a smile save the life of another person.